If anyone listens to this podcast and thinks like I'm walking around bah humbug or like woe is me, not at all. Like 10 times blessed.
What's up, guys? I'm so glad to have you back for another episode of Melissa Gorga on Display. I literally cannot believe that we are like almost done with July. If you live on the East Coast, you know that summers in Jersey and like in New York, they go so quick. Like by the time the kids get out of school, it's the 4th of July and then it's the end of July. And then we're like literally like salivating to just hold on to August because it's the home stretch. And that's only like another 4 weeks. So it's insane. We are like holding on to every moment here. If you're like me, I don't know, like the moms out there, I don't know if you ever have 5 minutes to yourself, but like, I literally don't ever even have like 5 minutes alone ever. Like even in the morning, you know how much you love that cup of coffee in the morning. Like I come down my stairs, I make a cup of coffee, and usually the kids are already at school. Now it's like one by one, they start shuffling down the stairs and looking at me and they're hungry. And I'm like, oh my God, like, why are you home? And I don't know. I'm already like, okay, when does school start? They need like a routine and they need stuff to do. And it's crazy. Does that make me a bad mom? But like, I love to be home alone in the morning. And when they come down the stairs, I'm just like, what? Why are you here? I don't know if I'll ever not love my alone time in the morning for my cup of coffee, but DM me on Instagram if you feel me, because I love to read your comments. And I love to know that, you know, I'm normal, because I don't know, like I like summer, but then I'm just like, they need to go to school. Like, when do they go back to school? My summer's flying by, especially because we're building the house right now. We're almost done. So I can't wait to give you guys an update on the house too. But you're going to love this next guest. He is someone I have known for quite a while. You've seen him on television as one of the Shahs of Sunset. I know you guys are so excited. He's my Bravo brother. Guys, I got the one and only Reza Farahan. First of all, welcome to Melissa Gorga on Display. I'm so excited.
On display each and every day, every day. I'm so happy to be
God.
here finally.
I love you and I miss you so much. You know, you're definitely one of my favorites. Always have been. Like, I feel like since the first day we met, we just clicked. Ditto. Like, I was like, he's my kind of guy. Like, love
Ditto.
you.
Ditto.
Right?
You've been right here. And although we don't see each other or connect as much as I would like, I feel like you guys, you and Joe are right there, and like we stay connected on social media, and I feel like I'm a part of your lives.
I know. That's the thing about social media. We all get to like see, and with you, wait, hold on. I always see you just like, I see the mustache on, I see the mustache off. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the mustache is on. We have like a little beard working. Have you taken it off recently? Do you go back and forth still?
You know, I like to change up, you know, the facial hair game, and like, yeah, I like to keep it like, you know, fresh
and new.
Totally.
Let me tell you, sometimes you post like throwback photos and they are the most gorgeous. I love when you throw up like these older photos of your young, you're probably like 18, 19, 20. How old are you in some of these? Like supermodel, and you're still the most handsome man. But I mean,
you're so
supermodel.
You're so kind. I had fun, girl. Like, yes, I didn't appreciate it as much then because I didn't know how good it was. Because I grew up like with a bunch of like white people feeling like I was too dark. My hair was too dark. I should have been light skinned and like blonde with blue eyes. And then you realize later on in life how great those things that make you different really are so special. And why didn't I appreciate it more when it was happening then?
I know. It's always shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Like if I can go back to even my 20-year-old self right now, oh my God, like it's just not fair. Like we need that knowledge. We should hit 40. This is what I always say. We should hit 40, right? And then they should just like send you back 20 years. And it's like, okay, knowing what you know, you get one last try. Here you go. You're 20. Like, I don't know. I always think we should just be scaled back one time and get one more time around.
Well, I think that's Antonia, right? It's like
Yes.
whatever you learned, like you're like, here you go. Here are those like nuggets. Now don't suffer. You may suffer in other departments, but at least don't let your mother watch you suffer in the things that I can share with you that like, here's a golden nugget. Don't suffer in this department.
Exactly. No. And that's, that's the great piece that I get to share my knowledge with her. Sometimes she just rolls her eyes at me and looks at me and I'm like, she looks at me like cross-eyed and I'm like, are you good? Like, you look angry. And all I did was like I sip my coffee wrong, to be honest. Anything is just wrong. And I giggle a little inside every time she gives me like this little weird attitude. Cause I'm like, oh my God, I did the same. Like I'm getting it all back. Everything they say is true. It comes right back to you. She rolls her eyes at me.
Yeah. Karma, all of the seeds that we plant and we water, good or bad, they come back. Sometimes it's quick. Sometimes it's 20 years later, but it's a coming.
No, you have no idea. Like I get it back with her so much. And I had her at like a young age. So I'm like a young mom with her, like having a 16-year-old daughter, and it's crazy. It's crazy, but I am trying to teach her.
For her too, though. Look at your fine ass. Oh. As old as you are, fine AF. For a woman that had 3 kids, knocking it out of the park. It is like, if I were someone coming up watching you, I'd be like, it is a lot of pressure. You make it look easy. You look good. The house looks good. The kids look good. The husband is happy, like, and the body is tight and right and still looking like.
Thank you. That's very sweet. I think that's like a double-edged sword because sometimes she's also like, the boys at school, they want me to FaceTime you and it's so annoying. So I try to like dress appropriately when I know I'm going to be like around and not like with my like half shirts or whatever I really want to wear deep down inside. So I try to make that as easy as possible. I'm noticing that the most probably with Gino, my middle one, because he's a boy. And
he's
like
protective.
Yes. And he'll be like, is that what you're going to wear? Like, are you coming to the school like that? Like it was it was 8th grade graduation in June. And he was like, I don't think you should come. And I'm like, oh, Gino. And he's like, yeah, like you're like famous. It's weird, mom. Like, just don't come. I'm like, oh, you're going to have no parents. Like he's actually the most, like, I would say awkward or uncomfortable with like the fame family. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's definitely doesn't. My little one is a ham. He doesn't know what to do or who to do it to or who to talk to. But like Gino's definitely like, mom, just stand over there, Yeah,
I see it with all of my girlfriends that I went to high school with who were like sexy and cute and were out there. Their kids are way more conservative because they were like trying to tone their mom down the whole time.
Yes.
So they're constantly like, I watch them now. They're way more uptight about it because their mom got to be wild and free. So like,
isn't that funny how that works? But I try to not be embarrassing. So I try to be like that equal bit of like classy,
you gotta
but
do
like,
you
yes,
though too.
I gotta live, How long am I gonna be in this body? I'm not sure.
Hell yeah. And let me tell you, the fame thing is so hard because like, there was news about Shahs in the press recently.
Yes.
When that news comes, Melissa, there's regardless of how prepared you are financially, which knock on wood, I'm good. The whole thing about like, wait a minute, like, I'm not going to be living my life on TV anymore. Like
right.
That, there's this whole thing that like, it is.
Reza, I feel you with this because this is something, and I want to talk about like the fact that they just canceled Shahs and how you feel about all of this. And Joe prepares me a lot for the day that they either fire me or they cancel the show because he says, I see these women, you guys, I'm scared, Melissa. It's become my life. I mean, I've literally been on the show since
we would do Summer Bride Bravos together in Brooklyn.
12 years ago.
Yeah. And then I see you guys practicing for like that number at BravoCon for the upfronts that I wasn't invited to. Oh my God. It was
I know. It's like, and you, by the way, and let me tell you about you when it comes to upfronts. guys, for those of you who don't know, when Bravo had their upfronts, which is, where you're kind of like showcasing what Bravo has this year to like the press. That's basically what an upfront is. They used Reza. They had Reza go on stage and speak for Bravo, like on behalf of Bravo, right? I feel like they chose you a lot for a lot of things. You're very well spoken. You're very well liked. You have a lot of different categories and you checked off a lot of boxes. They used you a lot to say like, Bravo's back. We have a lot of shows, and Reza would come out on stage and talk about Bravo. So
Absolutely.
I can only imagine like what it feels like. And I feel like Joe preps me all the time. And he says, you can't lose it. Like, this can't be your whole world. He's always wanting to make sure that there's life after Bravo, because you never know, right, when it was going to happen.
No, you do know because nothing lasts forever.
Right.
So
it's inevitable.
It's inevitable. And it's just like where you are emotionally, spiritually, and where you are with it. And I feel like it was such a blessing. And it was like we had a good amount of time. It ended before I wanted it to end.
Right.
But I'm also not like a Jacqueline Larita where I get to watch it continue without me. Like that would be much be much different if I had
that would hurt 10 times. Wait, so just paint a picture for me. Do they call you first? Do they tell you this is not happening anymore before they put it in the press? How does this go?
So first and foremost, we thought it was going to happen twice. Like something happened and then it didn't. And then I started to get this weird, like sinking feeling. And we had a Zoom, and it was with our production company owner who never Zooms with us. And I saw that in the subject line, it was only me, Golnessa, and MJ. And Mike was not on that Zoom. And then I hit up the OG, which was me, Golnessa, MJ, and Mike. And I was like, yo, what's up? And he's like, yeah, I'm not on that Zoom. And so we end up having a Zoom, and they were like, there was also a TMZ article about like potentially the network talking to 3 of us without Mike about a potential other project.
Got it.
We heard something about this other potential. And then I was like, wait a minute, are you distracting me from a Shah's funeral? And then my tears just started like,
oh my God,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I know it's so crazy. And it's just, it's like a divorce, like
Totally.
That has become your career for how long? I mean, I know you're in real estate too, and we're going to talk about your real estate because I want to know all about it, but that's definitely a huge piece of who you are.
It's your baby. It's your legacy. It's something that I was so proud of. I literally, later on that day, I was walking around. I was like, if I'm not a Shah of Sunset anymore, what am I? Like, who am I? Like, all of a sudden, like, like I was like having these existential conversations. And it was really, really, really hard, just emotionally. And then all of a sudden, it was like, it was a beautiful time. I was so grateful for it. And that is it.
What it is. It's like, sometimes there's things that are beyond your control, and you need to tell yourself like, listen, we had a great run, right? We were a hit show on Bravo for many, many years. The Kardashians end eventually, right? I mean, like, everything eventually comes to an end. And it's bound to happen to our show too. And I'm prepared, but like, you're never fully prepared because you sit there and you say, was there a piece of you that felt like, are the people around me going to start treating me different? Am I still going to get the reservation? And am I still going to be Reza, the guy on TV to everyone? Or am I suddenly going to have like this, I'm a regular guy presence?
Oh, I'm like talking about moving to a small town. You like, like moving to like a small place and just like, disappearing, like not being like.
Why? Are you noticing changes? Are you noticing anything? No.
Not at all. But what I do notice is how repulsed I am by people that were formerly on shows. And now they do commentary and it's all negative.
I know. Don't,
like,
yes, you're not going to do that. That's not
and
going
I'm
to be
not going to mention the people's names, but like, I would never do that. It's not my thing, but like,
Reza, mention a
I would
name.
disappear. Well, like Kelly Dodd or
She
Danielle.
says the most horrible things about me. Can I just tell you, anytime I have ever seen the woman, she's run to me. She's, hi, oh my God.
But can I tell you,
she talks about my looks.
In the world of housewives, if I was going to put people that you could be envious of, pardon the pun with the boutique mention, if there were, you would be on the top of that hit list. Like, you've been on your show for so many seasons, you do girls trip, you have so much success, you have your relationship. So if you are a former housewife, or you want to be a housewife, or you're Kim D or Kim G, or the many Kims you guys have had, all those hater Kims, like, you can look at you and be a huge hater, because you're also much younger age-wise too than the average housewife. You're like on the youngest end.
Yes. Yeah. I was always about 10 years younger than the rest of the crew. Now, I can't say too much because the Bravo gods are watching, but we are definitely starting to film and try to pull in some young blood and some younger girls, which I am extremely excited about. I can't say any names or can't guarantee, but we are filming right now, and it's been fun, to say the least.
I mean, we've seen young guns come and go. We saw those twins that were very promising, and they came, and it was like, boom. I don't even remember their names. They came and went so fast.
God, yeah. They almost knocked us off the grid. Let's put it that way. We had to regroup after that. People were livid over that season. Livid. That was like insanity. It's been a while since I had a newborn of my own, but I remember it like it was yesterday. So much changes when you're a new mom. It's exciting and it's exhausting. Trust me, I know. And something that is super important is picking the right products for your newborn. Huggies special delivery diapers are their softest diaper yet. Made with responsibly sourced 20% plant-based materials by weight. They're fragrance-free, clinically proven hypoallergenic, and dermatologist tested. You can feel good about these diapers protecting your baby's gentle skin. Obviously, you guys know I had 3 little babies. They're not babies anymore, but I do know, and I can tell you that worrying about the best diaper and the safest diaper is the last thing that you want to do when you just had a newborn. I always use Huggies, and I recommend them to everyone. Be confident in your brand new baby's skin health with Huggies special delivery diapers. Huggies, we got you, baby. Learn more on Huggies.com. Apartments.com has helped millions of renters and could help you find your perfect place. And yes, I know perfect is a tall order, but if you're looking for an apartment or a condo, townhome, or a house even, Apartments.com has the right tools to help you find it. Use filters and saved searches to narrow down rental listings and find exactly the place for you. You can even set up alerts to get notified as places become available. So fashionistas, are you listening? You can make sure you get your closet space or an in-unit washer dryer. For the sun lover, you can find as much natural light as you can handle. And for the person working from home, which so many of us are doing these days, you can have an area for your home office. Looking for an extra bedroom, a balcony, central heating and air, or just a dishwasher in the kitchen, whatever happens to be right for you, this is the place you're going to find it. Apartments.com, the place to find a place. That's Apartments.com. Have you been watching Housewives? Did you watch our last season?
Okay, so I'm going to say something that I have not said to anyone other than MJ and Golnessa and friends and family. I haven't been able to watch Bravo since we got the news.
I've heard this before.
So painful. I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
do you know Tamra Judge unfollowed when she told me when they took her off the show. She unfollowed every single housewife and every single Bravo person because she literally couldn't look. It was like devastating to her.
Yeah, I still want to support everyone that I'm connected with. So I follow you guys. I see the clips and stuff, and I've stayed abreast via social media, but I can't like bring myself to watch it. It is the weirdest thing.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I think I would need a detox as well. Like I would need 1 year to be like, don't talk to me about Bravo. Don't show me a Bravo show. Maybe I can circle back next year, but I need to like detox all things Bravo, you know?
Yeah, it felt like, oh my God, it's like my ex who's thriving without me. Like I can't, like I felt like, oh, like this
I know.
weird thing.
I hear you. I hear you. And I'm so sorry, but I feel like you are in your own right such an amazing human. I feel like you're a hard worker, right? You're a successful guy. I
Thank
mean,
you.
you mentioned about like refinding yourself. Like who are you really outside of this television show? Like give me Reza on the daily, like with your husband. I mean, you're in real estate. Talk to me a little about that.
Totally. So, yesterday I spent the entire day either looking at houses. Obviously, it was Sunday, there were open houses, and the market is softening up. And a lot of people that couldn't find homes are able to find homes right now because interest rates have gone up.
Right.
There's not the, multiple offer situation. So that's happening. And Adam and I have been thinking he loves farming. He's obsessed with growing his own vegetables. He's vegan. So
Okay.
it's funny that, like, if you go in my closet, it's like Fendi, Fendi, Gucci, Gucci. Like, but I spend most of my time in the backyard with my husband, like gardening. And Friday, we have tickets to go to a plumeria show, which is like this plant that he is in love with. And so
Unbelievable.
yeah, I have this definite life that I have, which is, gold and diamonds and marble columns and Persian and all
Yes.
that flash. But the day to day with my husband is definitely the farmer's market. And, we compost and we do things that are really important to him and now me because of him.
I wait, new series idea, the Gucci Gardner, Reza. I love it.
So,
I love it.
Melissa, Adam has this show he's obsessed with. It's called Escape to the Chateau. It's a British couple who bought a chateau in France, and it was dilapidated. They remodeled it, and it has a huge farm, and they turned it into a wedding venue. And they grow their own fruits and vegetables. Then they cook the wedding meal, and they officiate the weddings, and the people stay in the chateau in the hotel rooms. So I have literally been sending Adams like hotels that we could buy and like states that we could move to. And we
Oh
could
my
have
God, I
like
can totally see you doing something like that. I mean, how amazing would that be? But are you really seriously contemplating moving out of California?
um so like the part of me that wants to like crawl in a hole and not be known as like Reza from Shah of Sunset may have Googled like the gay friendly small towns, and I may have found a list of 22 cities in the most obscure places you could imagine,
Is
and I
that
may
right?
have gone on LoopNet and searched hotels for sale in those corresponding cities and fantasize with my husband. I'm like, oh my God, honey, we could buy this 81 room hotel for like 2 point whatever million, and we could make it like, so yes, I've been fantasizing about it.
Unbelievable. Is there like, give me like, is there one at the top of your list? Like, give me a city that you really like find so charming.
Totally. It's this one city it's called Eureka Springs, Arkansas. There are two,
Arkansas.
Melissa,
Reza.
Melissa, there
I
are
love it.
2,000 people that live in the city. And 20 or 30% of them identify as LGBTQ plus. So it's like this
Wow. You're like,
little,
I want in.
I want it, and I could buy the hotel, I could buy the restaurant, I could be like the king of this town, basically.
Wow, you would literally rule the whole entire town. Like you need to own the hotel, the restaurant, the nightclub, the drag show on Sunday, the brunch.
Totally.
You need to like
Totally.
literally run the town.
Yeah. And if people were like, you look like that guy from that show, I'd be like, I get that a lot.
Everyone always thinks that that's me, you know. Oh my God. Well, what's stopping you? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't sound, I mean, you lived a life in California. I mean, I know there's a lot of money there and you're selling, you're
Totally.
doing real estate, but like,
listen,
it's
you
not the
can't
worst thing
wear,
I ever heard.
no, and California is different now. Like, I used to wear love bracelets like this and gold Rolex every single day. You can't do that in Beverly Hills anymore. Like the smash and grabs all the
Is it
time.
really changing? Honestly, is it that bad?
It's totally that bad. Beverly Hills is a ghost town. If you go to Cartier, there's a rope. You have to put your name on a list. To go to Van Cleef and Arpels, you need an appointment beforehand. They won't even open the door for you.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
crazy.
You know, I was just there and I felt that. I did. I said something is quiet, like something doesn't feel, you know, I'm there all the time, obviously for work and stuff. And the last two times I went, I was like, I feel like a silence here or something.
100%. And like she had that restaurant right there on the corner, Villa Blanca. That closed, it's gone.
Yes.
And it used to be hustling and bustling in Beverly Hills, people walking around on display with the gold and the diamonds. It was like cute to be out and about. You can't do that anymore.
Wait, there is a lot of crime, a lot.
Totally.
What are they doing? They're just walking up to you, taking your Rolex off your wrist and keeping it moving.
There's a video of this guy in LA getting into his G-Wagon, and you see this like white car pull up. People got out of the white car to get him. He took his watch off and threw it over the fence and like it landed somewhere back on his property. Yeah.
Wow. And so did they get the watch? No, they didn't get the watch.
But there's
that was
so
smart.
There's a few of those videos on Sunset Boulevard, a guy coming out of his business to get in his G-Wagon, and boom, you're getting stopped.
Wow. What do you think what caused this? Like, what's the number one cause that you think really changed areas like Beverly Hills?
Honestly, like,
was it the pandemic? Like,
I don't know what happened. It literally unleashed during the pandemic. There was
and all the politics and all of this stuff. I know, which I don't get into, but it's just a mix of it all. It's like we were going through that time, and it's not just Beverly Hills. New York is suffering as well. I mean, anyone who had a Hamptons house is living in the Hamptons. They're not living in the city anymore. Everyone, like, New York is quiet. Everyone is Zooming. No one drives in as much anymore. I mean, New York is still New York. It's there, but it's not the same just yet. It's just not, you know?
I actually had to fly to New York, and it was the very first time I was flying to New York, and it was not Bravo related, but I flew in first class. It was for Reza Obsessed, and I did a Macy's live, but it was so weird being in New York and like going through the whole thing. And I was staying at the Gansevoort, which is one of the hotels we would stay at. It was crazy.
Wait, so talk to me about your hair care line. It's called Obsessed?
It's called Reza Obsessed. They carry me at Macy's.
Wait, like, first of all, that is huge that you're in Macy's.
Huge.
Like, how are you walking around with your tail between your legs? You have product in Macy's. Come on. That's huge.
No. And Melissa, like, if anyone listens to this podcast and thinks like I'm walking around bah humbug or like woe is me, not at all. Like, 10 times blessed. You know, I literally was in a dog park one day, and my dog got into it with this other dog, and I looked over and I'm like, oh God, who am I gonna have to apologize to now? And I see this blonde bombshell with this ginormous rock, and like I could see a Rolls Royce Dawn beyond me. So I saw the Hermes Birkin. I knew, like, I put it all together.
What you were dealing with.
Yeah, and I walked up to her. She's like, oh my God. She's like, I love your show. And I was like, thank you so much. And she's like, you have the best hair, like the thickest hair. And we get into it. Turns out she's a chemist and owns a manufacturing plant. And she's like, have you ever thought of having a product line? And she let me design the product line with her, Melissa. So she was like, do you want to put these crazy things that we can buy that are more than what other people would do, because it really cuts down your profit margins. Right. But it's in line with who you are. Like, we could put crushed diamonds in there. It would do this at this molecular level. We could do gold. We could do this thing called king coconut, which is only found on the island of Sri Lanka. There's something called hydrolyzed pea protein, which is great for people that use like a curling iron, a hair dryer, or like a flat iron, because it's heat activated. So once you start using it, you unleash the benefits of the hydrolyzed pea protein that protects your hair.
Nice.
So I got into it.
I need all of this, by the way.
I'm sending you
everything.
I'm going to get, and I'll send you. Here is actually, this is the dream kit that we sell at Macy's.
Oh my God, that is awesome. I need this kit.
Thank you.
I need this kit.
You're getting
guys,
it.
Where can everyone find this? On Macy's.com or
Macy's.com. Reza, just type in Reza and you'll see it. It's got we have a leave-in, we have a hair oil, we obviously have a shampoo and a conditioner, we have a pomade. Kids used to tease me and call me residue when I was little in school, and I hated that word until I had a hair care line, because there's no residue. The pomade washes out. It doesn't leave your hair feeling heavy. The ingredients are so good. That's why we got into Macy's.
Wow. Now that's a little like silver lining, that if you weren't Reza, right, from the Shah of Sunset, she probably would have noticed your gorgeous hair either way. But that's why when people say, like, there is a little stepping stone from having these out, because it made her want to speak. It made her want to tell you what she does 100%. For a living as well. And so there's this silver lining. You could literally like blow up with this. I mean, you're in Macy's, which is huge, which means it's an awesome product. So that alone is amazing. I'm like so happy for you. I really am.
Thank you so much. And I'm writing a book, which I'm so excited about. It's called Memoirs of a Geisha, as opposed to a geisha.
Yes, I love it. Get it. I
love
it.
It's so obvious. And it's been so cathartic and amazing. And it's funny, and it talks about like just like who I was, all the things you don't know about me, and how I literally wanted to be the king of Iran, who's called the Shah of Iran, but the monarchy was abolished, and I ended up being a Shah of Sunset and having 9 seasons on Bravo. So like, talk about manifesting your destiny. Like, I still got to be the Shah.
You still got to be the Shah.
The main Shah. If there was a main Shah on Shah of Sunset.
Wait, I love that. So are you currently writing that right now?
I have a ghostwriter that I'm working with, because although I would love to write it out myself, it's not my forte. So I hired someone who could put my thoughts and my
together.
Chunks,
make it make sense. When can we expect this to come out? When are you predicting?
I'm predicting April 2023.
Okay. We'll see. You have a lot of stuff going on. Oh my God, still.
Totally.
So much going on. I love it.
And just going on.
You as a person, you just have energy. You come into a room and it's like Reza's here, so you've always been like a special guy, and you're doing real estate as well, right? You're in California.
I'm in real estate. My clients are my clients. They don't like showing off or being showcased on a TV show. So like, I do my business, I make my money, I live my life, and it's really like blessings on blessings. I'll see you at BravoCon, which I'm so excited.
I was just going to ask you, because a lot of times they do bring everyone to BravoCon, whether you're on the air or not. So are you going to be at BravoCon?
Yes, I'll be at BravoCon. So I'm so excited to see you there.
Well, I am so excited about that.
You never know what the future may bring.
You don't ever say never. That's all I'm going to say. Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the amount of choices that are out there? Whether you're shopping for cereal or toilet paper, there are so many options. It's hard to know what's best for you. When it comes to finding skincare products that actually work, it's even more overwhelming. Trust me, as a mother who looks after her skin and her teenage daughter's skin, I know how much of a pain it is to sort through all the different types of skincare products at the store, hoping you just find one that works. That's why we are so excited to partner with Apostrophe, the sponsor of this episode. Apostrophe is a prescription skincare company that provides access to oral and topical medications that use clinically proven ingredients to help clear acne. Simply fill out Apostrophe's online consultation about your skin goals and medical history. Then snap a few selfies and a board-certified dermatologist will create your first customized treatment plan. Apostrophe treats all types of acne, from the hormonal acne to facial acne and even body acne. They treat breakouts from head to toe. We have a special deal for our audience. Get your first visit with an Apostrophe provider for only $5 at apostrophe.com/Melissa when you use our code Melissa. That's a savings of $15. The code is only available to our listeners, so do not miss out on this. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/Melissa and click begin visit. Then use our code Melissa at the sign up and you'll get your first visit for only $5. Thank you, Apostrophe, for sponsoring this episode. All right, listen, I end every segment with a little thing called Grilled with Gorga. Okay.
Yes.
Rapid fire questions. I'm just going to ask you a couple questions. You just give me your answers.
Dude, let's do it.
Your first celebrity crush.
My first, Tom Cruise, Risky Business.
Oh, yeah. I got you there. Okay. Your favorite 80s song.
Rock the Casbah by
I mean, I like it. Dun, dun. Rock the Casbah. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I like it. I'm such an 80s girl. Okay. What's your biggest regret? If you have a regret, what's your biggest regret?
My biggest regret is probably not furthering my education to the point of like an MD or a PhD, because now I look at those people with so much respect for the dedication it took. Because I have a lot of people in my life who are financially much more successful than an MD, but just the dedication it takes to grind at something. And like, there's people that measure and you have to get there. You know, you can't find a way on your own. Yes. So that is my biggest regret.
And what's the best decision you've ever made?
My best decision I ever made was to commit myself relationship-wise to my husband. He changed the way I am and I live. And, you know, I had a lot of like PTSD from growing up with parents who had to flee a country and like start all over, you know, while they were watching like people being hanged back at home. And like, I'd be a little kid watching this stuff. He comes from like the Midwest and he's like easy breezy and
opposites
like,
attract, baby.
You know, and he's just got this very calming like energy that now permeates our life and our house.
Fair. Give me your pet peeve. What is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is someone that uses a toothpick, especially if they just uncover half of it. Like they leave the cover on half the toothpick, they pull it down, they use it and they put their hand here, but they make a lot of noise, like, right? And they move the toothpick and they think because they're covering their hand like this, you can't see them examining what they pulled out and then chewing it or whatever. Like, no one wants to see that.
Oh my God. I don't want this either. I decided this is my pet peeve as well. Jeez.
All right. Use toothpicks.
Yeah.
handle it.
Okay. Do it at home and right before you brush
Yes.
your teeth with floss or something.
Go to the bathroom, do it while you're in there, and come back with your grill all perfectly gleaming,
Shiny,
no particles.
glowy.
Yes.
Facts. What's the worst date you've ever been on?
The worst date I've ever been on.
I mean, obviously, this is going to be before your husband, I'm assuming.
Totally. The guy had a Maserati Quattroporte right when they had come out. And we pulled up to the valet of Buddha's Belly, and the valet was on the east side of the street, and we were on the west side of the street. And for insurance purposes, he explained that he could not take the car and the keys on that side of the street, that he would have to pull the car around to
Why?
the correct side of the street, right? So he got so angry. He got back in the car, slammed the door, flipped the bitch, pulled the car, got out, slammed the door, and the guy pulled the hand out to give him the ticket. He snatched the ticket from the guy. So imagine then having to sit down and have a meal.
It was so tense. You're like, this guy's a maniac.
Chill the fuck out. The
Holy shit, he just wanted him to turn around the corner. That's it. And just turn around the other way.
He said, dude, I cannot accept a car on the wrong side. We have insurance for this side of the street. You've got to give me the car on the right side of the street.
Which makes sense.
Where the business is. I'm not taking the car over there. And he literally was so entitled and angry.
Oof.
And rich that he didn't, none of that. He had no compassion for the valet.
That was never going to end well with you anyway. That
totally.
Was a good thing that didn't last.
Oh, it was literally, the food wouldn't go down. It was miserable and
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Your first concert you've ever been to?
My first concert, Michael Jackson.
Oh, you've been to a Michael Jackson concert?
Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson.
Love. Okay.
George Michael, Madonna.
You have killed
Whitney
everyone in the
Houston.
concert category. That's pretty amazing. Tell me something about us, something about you that's going to surprise us. I feel like we know everything, but is there anything really about you that people just don't know?
Yes. If I come to your house and I see what you're wearing, the dishes you have, the appliance you have, the shoes that don't have a label on it, I can tell you what type of wood it is, what kind of stone it is. I can tell you what kind of refrigerator it is by the handle. If you have a bag, I can tell you what Bottega bags are known for, what Balenciaga bags are known,
that a cheap shoe when you see one.
Totally. If I see a stone, I know what the stone is because I know stones.
Right.
I know, if it's good, I know about it, and I can tell you, oh, that's Buccellati silverware, because my mom either had it, because my mom was like that.
Yeah.
So it was just something that
you're like a walking product almanac.
Totally. We literally, Melissa, I went to dinner with a girlfriend one time who didn't have money and really worked hard and became a successful realtor. And one of her girlfriends who had no money started dating a rich dude, and we were going to have dinner together. And so the three of us are sitting, and the friend gets up and goes to the bathroom. And my friend is like, Rez, is her purse real? And I'm like, I don't know. I have to see the inside. So she grabs her friend's purse, unzips the purse, puts the purse in my lap. Melissa, I'm knee deep in the purse, and she comes back from the bathroom. Imagine coming back to the table. And literally, I was like, listen, I'm all up in it. I was like, I'm so sorry. Your friend over here is shady as fuck. I wanted to know if your purse was real. And I told her the only way is if I could see the lining because it looked good on the outside. Ultimately, it was a real purse.
That's great. That's fucking great. That's why I need you with me. I need you to be my gay. I need to go around with you. I need to go to lunch.
Hell yes. And the next time you're in LA, you hit me up.
I am. We need to
proper style.
We're gonna. All right, hold on. Almost done here. Tell me your favorite late night snack. So if you're on the couch, what are you snacking on?
Probably popcorn. I just love the crunch of it, the texture, the saltiness. My husband loves it. We stock it. It's like our thing.
What was your first job you ever had?
My first job was a file clerk at the law offices of Licht and Licht on Wilshire Boulevard, 9171 Wilshire, Penthouse Suite.
Licked and licked.
Licht and Licht, yes.
Unbelievable. You remember it exactly. What show are you binge watching right now? What are we watching that's good?
So I'm anything on ID or Oxygen, anything like true crime, I'm obsessed with it. Like, how did they end up like this? Like, what's going on? I'm all about it.
Anything non-Bravo.
Wow. I love Basketball Wives. I can't not watch Basketball Wives.
I've never seen. I know a lot of people love Basketball Wives. Everyone loves it. So I always end with, tell me, if the day is all about you, Reza, how do you treat yourself?
So like my ultimate day would be wake up, get in Gia. My Porsche's name is Gia. I'd put the top down in Gia. I'd roll, go get some coffee. And it's not for Gia. It's not for your niece, although it's for Gia the model, like the supermodel.
From the movie. That's
totally.
With Angelina Jolie.
Of course, because you have to understand, when I was a kid, she was a real model, and like I saw that movie.
Yes, I got it.
Although some people would assume it's for
this Gia.
Yes, it's definitely not.
I know the Gia you're talking about. Love that freaking movie.
Yeah,
love
so
that
put
whole
the top
thing.
down. I go get a coffee. I do my workout. One of my best girlfriends, she's married and super wealthy. Her husband has 10 Grammys, and she lives like 5 blocks away from me. And I go to her house. She has a huge motor court, and we work out in her motor court. Our trainer rolls up with a van and pulls all the equipment out of the van and sets up stations. We do a workout. Then we go to like the Ivy for lunch, which is so old school, but it's like,
I love the Ivy. I still go there when I go because it's just a thing, right?
Yes. And you have a gimlet and you sit outside and you feel really fabulous and good about the world. It's just
I need to do LA with you next time I come to Beverly Hills. I really
totally.
do.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Reza, this has been so much fun. My love for you, just like, I really do. I've always loved you. Always will. Thanks for proving to everyone that there is life after Bravo. You have so much going on. I can't wait to read the book. Everyone run, don't walk to Macy's.com right now. Type in Reza and get his hair care line. He is known to always have the best of the best of the best. So his hair care line is going to be the best of the best for sure. And I am going to see you at BravoCon, not too far, in a couple months. I can't
wait. Thank you for having me on. This was a blast.
Of course. I miss you. And
give my love to Joe and the kids and Teresa and everyone, because I love everyone on your show. I'm a huge fan of your show. I support everyone on the show, and I can't wait to start watching it again because the wound heals. And then, I get back on the horse and we do the damn thing.
That's exactly right. Oh my God. I love you. Okay. I will see you in a couple months. Okay.
Bye. Thank you. Honey.
Everyone, this is Heather Dubrow, and do I have some exciting news for you? We are launching a variety of new episodes that are going to have amazing special guests, some of my close friends, and so much more. It's going to be really fun, and we're going to get to hear from fans, new friends, and get an inside look of my world. We're really excited for you to listen and join in for Heather Dubrow's World on Podcast One. Episodes drop on Thursdays and Fridays. Tune in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
When you bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive, you could save money, but it doesn't cover any terrible memories living rent-free in your head.
Remember when one of your best players got injured, but not like on a play or anything? He got injured celebrating a play, and it's not like it was a game-winning play or in the playoffs, and he was out the rest of the season because he was injured while celebrating? Yeah.
Sorry, we can't save you from that memory, but we could save you money bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Renters insurance and bundle discount not available in all states or situations.